Yo, it's the Gemini Trader. Charts go up, charts go down.
Hello trader, this is Zain from the Gemini Trader. Now it is time to mark our charts for the coming week. Last week was one hell of a week. We made an all-time high to 3500 and then immediately retraced to 3240s. This is all due to the fact that when the US signed the trade agreement with India. So I'm gonna start off by marking our all-time highs here at 3500, and I'm gonna mark um, one of the I'm gonna mark the support here. Okay, and I'm gonna mark this is at 334 levels, and I'm going to mark my one resistance here at 3318 at the level of approximately 32 3029 33 31 levels. And then as we move down to the daily time frame, we move our resistance to here, which is a strong resistance here at 34.24, 34.25 and 27, and we will move our support to 29.80 to 29.82. And I'm going to mark my one more support and resistance zone. I'm going to make an average here, so I'll add the resistance here, and as we go down to the lower time frame, we'll obviously readjust our zones, and I'm going to set my support here. Okay, at 32.94 and 32.96 levels. Now as we move down to the 4-hour time frame, I'm going to place this resistance at 34.90. This is a very strong level. If our 4-hour candle closes just a bit above the zone, that means we will continue to push up. And since when gold is pushing, making all-time high, and it is pushing up, it moves about 50 to 100 pips per move. So you can make it take easily out about 20 to 30 pips if the candle closes above this level. And also I'm going to mark this resistance here, and I'm going to it is at 33.77 and 33.79, and I'm going to mark one more zone. It is here at 33.60 and 62. I'm going to adjust this support to here, 32.74 to 32.76, and I'm going to mark my one more support at this level, 32.15 to 32.18. And let's see what else. Oh yeah, we have one very good zone here. So this one, 31.98, 97 to 3200. And let's just mark one more 4-hour, two actually more, 31.13 to 32.16, and the last one is at 30.61 to 30.63. I really doubt it is gonna go, all the way down here, but we should be fully prepared. And gold can do anything, you can't trust gold. Now, as we move down to the 2-hour time frame, the zones look pretty solid, and I just need to adjust this here, and this was the resistance that it broke, and it failed to create a lower low, and instead it created a lower high, a higher low, sorry. So now we can hope to look for a gap, and then eventually, putting reaching this resistance. And now I'll go to 1 hour. In the 1 hour, this looks pretty solid. However, I want to add one more support zone, and I'm going to add one support zone here, and I'm going to add one support zone at this level at 33.26 to 33.28, because if this candle closes above this zone, then I'm looking to fill this range, yeah. And because we have a big red candle here at 33.49, and we have a big range about 200 pips range here, so we can take easily for 20 to 80 or 100 pips out of here. So this looks pretty solid. Now I'll move to 30 minutes, and with 30 minutes everything looks pretty solid. I'm just going to adjust these zones a bit at 32, 70 and 72 on support. This support looks pretty solid. The resistance look pretty solid. I would rather just adjust this a bit, 33.49 to 33.41, and I'm going to adjust this here, 33.61, and let's see what we have here. Okay, 1 second. Okay, I may want to add few zones. I'm going to add this resistance here at 34, 06 to 08, and I'm going to add one more at 36 to 38, and I'm going to add one more. This will be just brilliant if it happens here. If the candle closes above this zone and we are bullish in all across all time frames, then we are continuing to push up. That would be an A plus setup for us. Okay, and I'm going to last my final zone in 30 minutes. It is at 34.73 to 75. So now let's talk about our trade plan. So what we're looking for, I'm mainly interested in buys for the coming week, but my buys, it depends on the structure and on the fundamentals, what it gives us. Remember, the following week is the last week of April, so we've got to be really careful, on how to trade. As we know, we are usually, bullish in when we talk about when we talk about gold. And last month also ended bullish, but with no wick. So initially we retraced and then we went all the way back up. So this month, this is going to be the last week of April. So what I'm expecting it to finish bullish with a range to be filled next week. So what I'm looking for is for the market to open with a gap over, obviously. But if I'm looking for buys, I'm not looking for buys anywhere in this zone. It should create a support without breaking this low. It should create a support. Then I have this whole range to fill. Or what I'm looking for is if the market open with a bullish gap, then I'm looking for to create a support and then target this level and then this level and so on and so forth to all the way back up. And if I'm looking for bearish, if I'm looking for sells, so this is what I'm looking for. We have a crappy price structure here. Okay, so if I'm looking for sales, let me just remove this right now. So if I'm looking for sales, I am not taking sales in this zone. So because I'm looking for a clear range where I have no resistance from the other side. So I want candles to create close below this level, below these rejections. I Ideal setup would be to give me resistance, and then I will target, this resistance, and then so on and so forth, and hence targeting my keeping my SL to break even after reaching 20 to 30 pips, and then we'll go for the, and as you can see below this level and the level at 32.60 and 32.28, we have a clean fat range. So if we come down to this level, we can fill out this range. So this is pretty much for gold that we have right now. Let me know if you have any questions, and always remember, trade responsibly, trade safe, don't gamble. This is a business. Take care about your money, and I'll see you next week. Bye now.
Yeah, and subscribe now, don't be late. Gemini Trader dropping knowledge straight.